Today we're going to compare two keyboards for the biggest 12.9-inch iPad Pro. The updated Magic Keyboard in white, made by Apple, and an alternative keyboard from Logitech called ComboTouch. And we shall see which one of these will get you covered. It's Alex here, welcome to the Geeks Table. Let's start our comparison. The whole Geeks Table channel has started from a video where I tried to find a perfect keyboard for an iPad Pro. And back then I decided that the best would be a standalone case with a stand that adjusts the viewing angle, and a Magic Keyboard with a Magic Trackpad from the Mac universe. Time has passed and I've added additional stands to my case so I could use it for taking notes in a comfortable angle. And recently I got the latest iMac, so I've upgraded my setup with the latest keyboard and mouse. But sadly, iPad on one won't work with the Touch ID. You simply cannot add any fingerprints to your tablet. Logitech has been selling keyboards for all possible iPads, well, except the biggest iPad Pro, and it was until now. And finally, we have it here. I have the ComboTouch in the German layout, so please don't freak out if you'll see that Y and Z are swapped or that the brackets are shifted. Yours will be adjusted to your market. So as you know, the Magic Keyboard uses the smart connector to connect to your iPad and also to get the power from it. Also, it has a USB-C port on the left side to charge the iPad in case the Thunderbolt port is occupied by something else. This USB-C port is still for charging only, and the charging goes much slower than through the Thunderbolt port on this device. And when I say Thunderbolt port, it also applies to the USB-C port on the previous iPad Pro. ComboTouch actually consists of two parts, the case and the keyboard. The case attaches to the iPad via smart connector, but the keyboard uses its own connector to attach to the case. Well, the connection is pretty solid, but please don't shake it when you're holding it just by the keyboard, because then it will fall down. Physically, both cases have the same thickness, but visually, the Magic Keyboard feels a little bit thinner to me. The first impression that I had when I took the Magic Keyboard out from the box was, oh, it's heavy. But the ComboTouch keyboard is even heavier, so attaching any of those to your iPad will make it almost as heavy as a notebook. Now let's check them as keyboards. Well, aside the fact that this keyboard is meant for the US market and this one is meant for the German market, the layouts are the same. Both keyboards feature full-sized keys with individual backlighting. Logitech, however, has one small addition that makes a huge difference. It's an extra row of the function keys. The thing that I've been missing from the Magic Keyboard is the escape button, and it's here, and it's quite useful. You can cancel an action or minimize the window, and if you tap on it twice, it will show you the apps that are running. There are also two buttons to adjust the screen brightness, a button to show or hide a software keyboard, and a button to call a spotlight no matter which app you're in right now. So if you're checking a hotel and need to do a currency conversion, you can do it right away with just a single tap. Next are the buttons to adjust the keyboard brightness, the playback controls, sound controls, and a button to lock your device. So all these buttons will allow you to keep your wrists on the keyboard without a need to constantly reach to the iPad when you want to skip a song or perform a search. Also note that the function buttons are only for the iPad itself, so if you use Sidecar or TeamViewer, they won't work as F buttons, so tapping Escape will just minimize the app, so be aware. I've already told you that both of the keyboards are backlit and both of them have a comfortable light with the relatively same brightness. Magic Keyboard does it a bit smarter though. If the environment is bright enough, it simply doesn't allow you to turn the lights on. ComboTouch turns it off for a moment and then returns it to back on, so it may drain your battery slightly faster if you won't keep an eye on it. Both keyboards feature a trackpad, and actually Logitech managed to make it even bigger than the keyboard from Apple. Both trackpads are comfortable to use because both support same gestures and smooth scrolling. Apple's trackpad is famous for its ability to be clicked in any part of it and it stays solid. ComboTouch trackpad can also be clicked everywhere, but it will bend a bit with every click. If you prefer a more quiet keyboard, go with the Logitech one. The keyboard and the trackpad are both less noisy. Here's my example. Okay, we've looked at the keyboard part of the keyboard cases, and now let's look at the case part of the keyboard cases. Both of them have magnets here and here, so the iPad gets locked once you close the case. Magic Keyboard protects the back and front of the iPad, leaving the edges vulnerable to any scratches or drops. Logitech has a rubber material around the tablet, well, except the place where the pencil has to charge. So it protects the tablet and also helps it to stay steady. Also, the frame is a few bits above the screen to protect it from the scratches in case you accidentally put it down like this. The only downside is that the hardware buttons are a bit hard to press and the USB-C cable may not match the hole, so you'll have to squeeze it in. Speaking of the perfect fit, if you would use the new Magic Keyboard with the older iPad Pro, it will have a small gap which is enough for a coin or pin to sneak in, so be careful with the screen. ComboTouch works perfectly with the older iPad, but you might have a small frame sticking out when using it with a newer model. When it comes to durability, Apple's cases have never been the best here. They always get dirty after a few months of usage, so I guess the white case may get dirty even faster. So the Logitech's case looks a bit more durable to me, well, at least for now. Of course it can worn out in these places, but I'd give it a chance, to be honest. And my final point is the flexibility. Let's not forget that the iPad is a tablet first of all, and we should be able to use it as a tablet. In Apple's vision, when you don't need it, you just take the iPad from the Magic Keyboard and use it without any case. Some people do like this, and it makes sense. Logitech's keyboard doesn't allow you to bend the keyboard back, it gets detached, but you can detach the keyboard and use the tablet just with a kickstand. And it's amazing because I don't need the keyboard all the time, so I can put it away and do cooking, for example. Two keyboards have different approaches when it comes to the viewing angle. Magic Keyboard has a quite narrow range of angles, to be honest, and every reviewer said that they wanted to go it a bit further away. But you can use it like this, even though your spine won't thank you for this, of course. ComboTouch has a kickstand and it supports a huge variety of angles, and to my opinion, they look more useful. There is a trade-off though. Your tablet will occupy much more space on the table, so you might expect some difficulties in the airplane or when you use the tablet on your lap. However, I've managed to fit it in, even though it was kind of tricky. If you like drawing or making notes on your iPad, you might wish to have this small angle for a more comfortable process. ComboTouch does it without a problem. You simply push the tablet all the way down and there you go. Magic Keyboard has this mode built in as well, and no one would make fun of you. Probably. Hopefully. Alright, after everything we've covered, let's put a price tag on top. The Magic Keyboard, the Logitech ComboTouch. To me, Logitech ComboTouch is a no-brainer. Yes, it's more heavy, yes, it occupies more space, but it gives me so much more. It gives me flexibility, detachable keyboard, a row of functional keys that are super useful. So, well, I've decided to say goodbye to my previous setup because I have a new favorite. Let me know which one would you buy, this, or you would pre-order one from Bridge. I'll be waiting you down in the comments, and thanks for watching. It's been Alex, and see you at the Geeks table. Bye bye.